The forest was darker than usual, the sky overcast and the mist crawling low across the underbrush like it was alive. Dren, a wanderer and skilled herbalist, had wandered off the usual path in search of rare fungi that only bloomed in this weather. His leather satchel already bulged with crimson mushrooms, but something kept tugging at him in odd silence, a feeling in the air. The birds were absent, and the forest, usually humming with life, had fallen into an eerie stillness. Then he heard it, a sharp, pained growl not from any animal he knew, but something larger, deeper, more intelligent. Dren paused, gripping the worn hilt of his knife. He shouldn't investigate. But the sound came again, followed by the unmistakable thud of a heavy body collapsing to the forest floor. Against his better judgment, he pushed forward, guided by instinct and the soft trail of blood smeared along fallen leaves. What he found struck him motionless. A creature part feline, part something else lay sprawled on its side, breathing shallowly. It was huge, nearly the size of a cart horse, its fur an impossible blend of black and silver patterns like swirling smoke. Its eyes, though dimmed by pain, still burned golden. One of its front legs was badly wounded, torn open and oozing a dark, unfamiliar kind of blood. Dren's breath caught. He had never seen anything like this. He stepped closer, whispering softly to it, unsure if it understood him, unsure if it would leap at his throat. But the beast didn't move, just groaned, low and pitiful. Dren slowly unlatched his satchel, and pulled out Herb's cloth, a small flask of cleansing tonic. As gently as possible, he cleaned the wound, murmuring all the while, trying to keep his hand steady. The beast flinched once but didn't attack. Something in its gaze, deep, intelligent, watched him, almost curiously. Hours passed. Rain began to fall in light, cold drops, but Dren stayed beside it, building a makeshift shelter with branches in his cloak. He started a small fire, enough to warm but not to draw attention. That night, the beast slept, chest rising and falling with slow, uneven breaths. Dren kept vigil, turning over the events in his mind. Who or what did this creature belong to? He got his answer the next morning. The sun was just beginning to burn through the mist when they came 6 riders, cloaked in deep violet and silver armor, too polished for mere mercenaries. They moved like a single organism, silent and swift, led by a tall figure with a helmet shaped like a falcon's head. As they entered the clearing, Dren rose slowly, hands raised, standing between them and the beast. "Step away," the falcon-helmed rider ordered, voice sharp and commanding. "She's injured," Dren replied, heart pounding. I've been helping her. She's not dangerous." The figure dismounted, removed her helmet, and revealed a face as cold and precise as carved marble. Her eyes were the same burning gold as the beast's. Her black hair was braided with silver rings, her skin marked with faint arcane runes. She stared past him to the creature, whose eyes fluttered open and gave a soft, chuffing growl. "I know," the woman said. "She is mine." Dren blinked. "Yours." The woman stepped forward, kneeling beside the beast with a reverence that surprised him. "Her name is Kelri. She is bound to me, a soul beast, not merely an animal, and you touched her, healed her." "I didn't know," Dren began, but she raised a hand. "You did not know, and yet you acted with care." "Few would have," she said. Her hand brushed the beast's side, and Kelri leaned into it with a purr that vibrated the earth. "You are lucky she allowed it. She does not suffer fools or threats." The other riders stayed mounted, silent, watching Dren like a pack ready to pounce. "Who are you?" he asked quietly. "I am Baroness Elandra Vey," she said, rising. "Guardian of the outer provinces, ruler of the Skyreach lands. And this," she gestured to Kelri, "is my oath-bound companion. She went missing during the storm 3 nights ago. I have not rested since." Dren was speechless. "A baroness here." The woman radiated power, not just political, but something ancient, something whispered about in songs. He looked down at the beast again, realizing what he had stumbled into. "I meant no offense," he said quickly. "I only wanted to help." "You may have done more than help," Elandra said, studying him. "You touched her spirit when she was near death. That is no small act." There was something in her tone. He didn't like it. Admiration, yes, but also calculation. She turned to her riders. Take her gently, she commanded. Do not jostle her. 2 riders approached, laying down a floating litter bound with soft ropes and padded edges. With great care, they slid Kelry onto it. She did not resist, but her golden eyes remained locked on Dren, almost as if imprinting him. You will come with us, Elandra said suddenly. What? Why? Dren stepped back instinctively. You bonded with her, however briefly. That connection must be examined. If left unchecked, it could complicate things. I'm just a herbalist. I'm no mage or warrior. All the more reason to come, she replied sharply. You touched the spirit of a soul beast. That doesn't happen without consequence. Before he could object, Kelry gave a soft, urgent growl directed at him. Her paw, despite its weight, lifted slightly toward him. It wasn't a demand. It was a request. He exhaled, shoulders sinking. All right. The journey back was quiet. They rode through deeper parts of the forest he'd never dared enter. Ancient stone monoliths marked the land, glowing faintly under the Baroness's presence. Her keep sat on a cliffside overlooking a vast silver lake, its towers draped in enchanted ivy, whispering with the voices of ages. Within her halls, Dren was treated more like a guest than a prisoner. He was bathed, dressed in fresh clothes, and brought to a domed chamber filled with stars. At the center lay Kelry, recovering on a bed of velvet moss and healing spells. Elandra stood beside her, robes flowing, circlets on her forehead now glowing with runes. I have examined the link, she said without turning. It's faint, but real. What does that mean? It means Kelry trusts you. She showed you part of her spirit. If you had been cruel, or selfish, she would have destroyed you. Dren swallowed. I don't know why she did it, Elandra continued, eyes narrowing. She has been with me since I was 12. She has never bonded with another. Not even my bloodkin. She was hurt, Dren said softly. She needed someone. She needed you, Elandra corrected. And I must know why. Over the next weeks, Dren remained at the keep. He and Kelry shared long silences together. She would nuzzle his hand, rest her head near him. The bond, though subtle, was real. Elandra watched closely, sometimes curious, sometimes guarded. One night, as the stars pulsed outside the keep's great glass ceiling, Elandra sat across from him in the Hall of Echoes. I envy you, she said suddenly. He looked up, startled. Why? She showed you her soul's center, she whispered. She has never shown me that. Silence lingered. She chose you, Elandra said, rising. And because of that, I cannot unmake it. But I can offer you a place here, not as a subject, as her second. Dren looked at the great beast curled at the chamber's heart, her golden eyes already watching him. He nodded slowly. I'll stay, for her. Elandra's smile was faint, unreadable. Then let the bond be honored. And from that night forward, Dren was no longer just a wanderer. He became something more, a part of a legend whispered through the mountains, where a human healed a dying beast and unknowingly changed the course of the Baroness's world forever.